All right, yeah. I think we live now, man. So, guys, I got to do a live stream for this because information has just come out in regards to the video game, and I want to bring that to y'all. First, let's go over to IGN. We got big news, okay? Big news. Man, this is not good. As far as Road to Glory goes, okay? As far as Road to Glory goes, there will not be high school in Road to Glory. Let's share this. Let's share this to Twitter. That's not working. Come on, Twitter. Or X. There we go. Okay. So I'm doing this live because I hadn't read it. It'll be a first for me as well. And if people want to hop in and check it out, I told y'all news was coming. I said that in the video today. So let's break it down. IGN, this article from them. College Football 25 drops a classic Road to Glory feature, reveals how NIL and more will work. Okay, just a few weeks after properly revealing College Football 25, EA has shared new details on its long-awaited return to college football video games, such as how name, image, and likenesses deals will work. Among other details, EA confirmed that Road to Glory will not be including the high school season found in previous NCAA games. That is big. That's a big deal. It's not a deal breaker, but that's pretty big. Like, oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. That's big. DVR is enabled. I'm trying to. I saw that on another content creator live stream and heavily emphasis on highly disappointed. I'm disappointed in that because, man, I was really excited to be able to start out at high school and get recruited. That whole process is fun. But maybe they'll make up for it in other ways. So let me keep reading because it's my first time seeing all of this. Among other details, EA confirmed that Road to Glory will not be included. Okay, I just read that. Daggum. Which allow players to play at the prep level for an abbreviated season before heading to college. Instead, Road to Glory players in College Football 25 will select their star level and other attributes while creating their player, after which they will begin their collegiate career. I don't like that. Hold on, man. So we pick our own freaking star level. Like, I get it as a difficulty. You're basically creating your own difficulty. Okay, if you want to start out as a 5-star, but you know what? Madden's done that in the past, where you basically sign up. You could pick to start out as a first-round draft pick. It wasn't in the PS2 version either. You had to do drills, which determined which schools offered you. Okay. And it's been like that before, but since we've had high school in the game, it's been a really cool deal. You know what I'm saying? This is very different because it's not anything new, because in Madden, y'all remember, you could make it to where you was a first round pick, a mid round pick, a late round pick. Like, y'all remember when Madden used to do that? So to me, that's not anything new. It's still just a little bit different, if that makes sense. It's kind of like, oh man, that's kind of a bummer, but it's fine. They want to get you into the action as soon as possible. But oh my gosh, that was so fun playing through high school. We'll adjust. It's not a deal breaker for me, but let's see what else they say. So Road to Glory players in College Football 25 will select their star level All right. You pick the school you want to attend. Yes. While creating their player, after which they will begin their college career. You begin your college career. It doesn't say anything about drills or anything like that. Let's get the Dynasty mode next, but it doesn't say anything along the lines of that. Okay. I'm going to check this out. I'm going to check out some stuff about Mac Brown. I'm going to write a lot more about Dynasty mode and Road to Glory tomorrow. But yes, you can start your career as a coordinator and more. Okay, I got some stuff I'm going to read about Mac Brown too because I'm getting notifications. I'm going to pay for his newsletter because I think he'll go a lot more in depth than what a lot of people are going. But anyway, so no high school for Road to Glory. After which they'll begin their collegiate career. I mean, I'm assuming you can pick the school that you'll go to. It would be cool if they at least did like the Nike Combine thing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing that. But I mean, heck, if you picking your star, then you pretty much determining your ratings. Because it says there you would select their star level and other attributes while creating their players. So anyway, Dynasty mode, meanwhile, will return largely intact. Though players will not be able to export draft classes from college football into Madden football. Wow, that is crazy. I've been telling people they probably would. Why would you not? While EA did not explain why the feature was removed, College Football 25 is notable for being the first in the series to use real-world student athletes. And that could be why. That could be why. It could have something to do with that. Because the NFL, not all those players enter the draft. Not all those players get drafted. And then once you do, it could have some stuff to do with like the Harrison deal from Ohio State. He's not even going to be in Madden because of some NIL stuff, and it's a lot of stuff going on with that. It could be some stuff behind that. The NFL is probably like, hey, some of these guys, we don't, because if they're not on board with the NFLPA, they're not going to be in Madden. And I guarantee you guys that the players not being able to be exported has more to do with Madden than it has to do with the college football game. And I think a large reason because of that is like the whole stuff that's going on with Harrison out of Ohio State, Marvin Harrison's son. Okay. I think it has a lot to do with what his situation, because the NFL is their hand is so heavy on Madden. And I could easily see them saying, hey, if we don't want people in our game if they're not a part of the NFLPA. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that they lazy, man. There's reasonings behind this stuff that's out of our control. I'm not going to sit there and call them lazy because they want that stuff in the game. So other absences include mascot mode, which I don't care about that. Nobody played mascot mode. You probably did once or twice, in which players could dress up, yada, yada, yada. Additionally, College Football 25 will not have ESPN license like previous games, which we already knew that, meaning ESPN-style presentations like College Game Day will not be available. Guys, I'm not tripping about that because they can literally create their own College Game Day, if that makes sense. That's not a deal breaker for me. I think presentation will still be decent, but I was looking forward to that. Despite ESPN talent like Chris Fowler and Herb Street being available for commentary. Out with the old, despite some noticeable absences, EA did share new details on recent additions to college football landscape, most notably the transfer portal and NIL deals. The development team explained that NIL, which in real life allows players to make money on sponsorships and other deals, was tough for them to implement in Dynasty mode. Interesting that it's in Dynasty mode. But did say that it will be an influential component in the mode. That's good news. Harrison will be in Madden. He just signed an NFLPA deal last week, and his jersey just went on sale. Okay, so that's, but did say that it will be an influential component. Good. Road to Glory, meanwhile, will allow players to sign NIL deals of their own. That's cool. So Road to Glory, you'll be able to sign your own NIL deals. That's good news. That's cool. EA teased that depending on the NIL deal your player obtains, it can influence things like attributes for your character. However, college football's developers did not elaborate further. So the NIL deals for Road to Glory, I think instead of it paying you money, it's going to give you attribute boosts. Think like, I Oh my gosh. I would say like UFC kind of had something a little bit similar. Whenever UFC kind of had something a little bit similar. Whenever your players would sign those brand deals or whatever, you would get points. And I want to say the old NCAA games kind of had some. No, they didn't have brand deals. But that's how NIL will work. You're not getting money. You're getting attribute boost. So hey, if you sign this, you may get a plus such and such to your speed and stuff like that. That's fine. I like that. It's just the idea of signing NIL because what good would money do in this game? Now, if it was 2K and they had NIL deals, you'd be getting VC for it. But this is cool. I don't mind that. They tease that depending on the NIL deal your player obtains, it can influence things like attributes for your character. So maybe we will get money and we get to spend it on training. But if you get a good enough or NIL deal, it gets a boost to stats. Shaquille, no draft export since we have real players, but EA schemed us with the CFB Madden bundle. I agree with that. But I didn't get the bundle, and I'm glad I didn't. That would have been a big selling point. But anyway, it's still a good deal to get the bundle if you're going to get Madden anyway. Card deal equals speed increase, I'm guessing. Yeah, something to that effect. I think it's something like that. But they said it can. Doesn't mean that it will. So there's still NIL deals. But like it says here, it can influence things like attributes for your character. So I'm assuming it's still possibly like a money thing involved. A sponsorship. I think, okay, because you got to think NIL deals is companies, because right now they did pass it to where the actual universities can pay the players. But right now, NIL, you have to understand, is basically a brand deal. Okay, so remember, your image is important. So I think what it's going to be like is, say Red Bull wants to sponsor me or, give me a brand deal, NIL deal. I do videos or whatever for them. It gives me an increase in popularity, but some NIL deals will also give you a boost to your stats. I think that's pretty much what we're looking at. But I don't like how this is going, man. This is a gut punch. Why I write, but it isn't Madden. It's a gut punch because it's new. I really love to have seen the players getting exported, which honestly, that's not a big deal for me. Because at the end of the day, the community is still going to add who they want to the game. Like, we haven't had college football all this time, and we've still had the real draft classes in the game because people have created them. Does that make sense? So only thing, and I can see this too as a possibility. They say, hey, we're not going to put the draft class in the game because it takes away from people using Madden for that. Because, guys, imagine, like, there's millions of downloads, hundreds of thousands of downloads for people creating the draft class in the game and putting it in the game, okay? So take that away, all right, by having us be able to import our own draft class. But then at the same time, you would benefit because people would have to buy the game to import the draft classes. I don't know, man. Maybe it has something to do with the NIL stuff. EATs that depending on that. Okay, we already read that. Okay, in the meantime, College Football 25 will also implement the transfer portal, allowing Dynasty Mode players to try and get players to commit to their institution while keeping their own rosters intact. The transfer portal was first introduced in 2018, making it one of the biggest changes to come to college football since the release of the last NCAA football game. Its implementation was a key question mark for fans ahead of College Football 25's reveal. To enhance the immersion and spirit of college football, EA also confirmed that both custom and real animal mascots will be available. I mean, that was expected. EA previously teased the inclusion of various mascots such as Florida State's Chief Osceola, riding Renegade, the University of Texas animal mascot Bevo, and University of Florida's Albert the Gator in the official trailer. College Football 25 will release early data for check out hands-on preview of college football and explain why it's more than just a clone of Madden. All right, well, let's go check it. That's a gut punch, man. Okay, so now let's get into more than just a clone. The long-awaited return for college football video games shows potential. Okay. Is that playing audio, man? I don't want that to be playing audio. Let's mute that just in case right now. What would increase in okay, let me get to the comments real quick. I hope NIL works out for this game. It should. What would increase in popularity even do in this game? Popularity, more fans, more exposure. You got to think about it like this, man. Like I showed y'all in the video where these college guys, they creating Instagram accounts. You got to think about this too. The higher popularity you have, the bigger brand deals you get. Which, if brand deals can lead to stat increases are nothing new. You remember we used to have that in NCAA 14 and Road to Glory. Like you got to do certain things that increased your stats. You know what I'm saying? And there was levels to it. I'll do a breakdown video of that. But it makes sense. The more people you have, the higher brand deals that you get, the bigger NIL deals that you get. That would be my answer. Dynasty mode news, thankfully didn't have any L's. Yeah, aside from you can't export, but I'm with you on that. You ain't get the worst part. I need to read that IGN article. Good morning. What's up, man? I read the article. Definitely a lot of news in there. Okay, it's been over a decade, an entire console generation since. Okay, yes, I'm not reading that. I recently had the opportunity to go hands-on. I'm happy to say that in my brief time with College Football 25, I ended up leaving with as much excitement as I had when I arrived. Graphically speaking, are they showing that? Yeah, they are. We reading it. It's graphically speaking, College Football 25 is gorgeous, from small things such as how players wear their uniforms to the realistic grass and turf on fields. College Football 25's graphics are, as you'd expect, as such as long layoff with significant let up for what we saw in NCAA 14. Graphics aside, the vibes of College Football 25 are immaculate. Any college football fan will tell you that school spirit, traditions, and pride from the fandom deliver an unprecedented passion you otherwise would not normally see from most professional sports leagues. From the energetic broadcast from Chris Fowler to Kirk Herbstreit to Clemson's football players running enthusiastically down the hill in Death Valley, or the whiteout game at Penn State. Well, I wonder with the whiteout game, is that something that you can control? Or is it designated on your schedule, this is going to be the whiteout game? That'd be really cool. Anyway, College Football 25 absolutely convey the college pride and enthusiasm. New generation, come on, get off of there. New gen visuals are nice, but the biggest addition to College Football 25 is the inclusion of real life student athletes. As the O'Brien case happened since last time college football gone, there are days where we genetic name rosters, blah, 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 who voluntarily opt in, blah, blah, blah. Nothing important with that. All these players present present are not created equal, and there is a major mismatch. It will be exploited. Okay, game wise, let's get some good stuff here. Game wise, while many quickly point out that the same developer makes both Madden and College Football 25 is no junior size version of Madden. Guys, that's no surprise, man. Even in NCAA, it didn't play just like Madden. I don't know why people were so concerned with that. There's so many Madden, but I get it, man. I get it. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. Prominent gameplay mechanics in modern Madden NFL games like X Factor are not present, though throw power, accuracy, and hit sticks are present. No surprise there. All right. No X Factor means no impact players. I kind of wish they did, but I'm fine with them not doing it. I mean, you'd have to recycle it every 4 years, so it makes sense. Additionally, the skills and overall level of each school vary greatly. A match between Alabama and Georgia is going to look radically different from a game between Coastal Carolina and Michigan. This match is much more with the consistency of real-world college football programs. I don't even know why I put college football in there. They ain't even say that. This match is much more with the consistency of the real-world programs, recruiting, and rosters of each of the 134 FBS teams, which can lead to some uneven play, depending on the matchups you set up, okay? All these players present are not created equal, and if there is a major mismatch, it will be exploited. One key distinction to point out between the core gameplay of both college football and Madden is that the former is undoubtedly faster, all right? From the agility of running backs and how they juke to the snappiness of a spin move. The speed of College Football 25 also means there is a minimal room for error. During my session, I played a few rounds of Play Now, and each team I played had an extremely tight window for which you had time to perfectly throw your pass, ensuring it did not result in an incompletion or an interception. And then, guys, this right here, room for error and stuff, what he's talking about, this is just you having to get used to the game. Like, every time you play a new game of Madden or a new college football game, there was always an adjustment to be made. And it always felt different from the previous one. Like when I first played Madden 24, it didn't feel like Madden 23. I didn't just jump in and dominate. There was an adjustment to be made. So don't think that, oh man, this is going to, you know what I'm saying? You haven't played college football in over 11 years. There is a huge adjustment there. Okay, so take that with a grain of salt. All right. The faster paced gameplay may be off-putting, but faster gameplay makes this a good starting point for newcomers of college football sims and might even help novice Madden players who invest enough time into college football 25. I guarantee you they're going to have a speed setting that you can slow this down. Remember, I talked about that in the other video. You know what I'm saying? What does it say here? Shaquille, thank God. I need to read the article. Good morning. They said recruits will pick their colleges based off of certain interests, and hopefully when I create or edit a recruit, I can pick what their preferences are. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Meanwhile, to maintain the level of immersion seen in college football, EA Orlando is introducing a new wear and tear system designed to replicate real life scenarios that can impact players in this sport. While selecting a play and play now, for example, I could see my quarterback's full body schematic to show his body's wear and tear. That's really cool. Almost like the wrestling games. You know what I'm saying? If he was taking a lot of hits, it could impact his throwing ability. Wear and tear is a risk factor system meant to challenge you both in managing the game and deciding whether to play it safe or perform a potentially high risk, high reward coaching maneuver that by keeping an injured player on the field. That's what I expected from wear and tear, man. But it looks like they're taking it a level deeper to even with the quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Your quarterback is fatigued. He's been taking a bunch. If he's been getting sacked a bunch, first of all, his composure is going to be down. Second of all, him taking a bunch of hits, wear and tear, he's not going to be as effective. I love that. I freaking love that because that's so realistic. Now, the difference is how much does this build up? Is there going to be a slider attached to where... Is there going to be a slider attached to the wear and tear system where we can, lower it? Kind of like injury frequencies or fatigue frequencies, okay? College Football 25 has 4 modes. The returning fan favorite, Road to Glory, Dynasty mode, College Football Ultimate Team, and all new Road to Glory College Football Playoffs, which, guys, this is them testing out crossplay before they put it in Dynasty mode. That's all it is. And I know people like even Ryan Moody who's like, oh, why they didn't put crossplay in the game? It's already in Madden. You even though it's on the same engine, the game doesn't behave the same. The coding is not the same. And with Dynasty being the biggest mode in college football, we're all buying it for Dynasty mode. Let's be honest. Nobody's buying this for Ultimate Team. With Dynasty being the biggest mode and people playing online, you don't want crossplay to mess that up. That's going to affect sales tremendously. So I applaud EA for not putting it in the game. Maybe they will at a later date or something like that. But if it's not right, we don't need it in the game. I'm ready for your SMU rebuild. Yeah, me too, man. It's going to be dope, man. I'm excited. And yes, the transfer portal will impact both Road to Glory. Okay, an ad is coming up. I'm going to skip the ad, guys, because I don't want y'all to miss any of this. All right. And yes, the transfer portal will impact both Road to Glory and Dynasty mode. I can see it impacting Road to Glory. If you're a starting running back, you're not doing that well, they bring in somebody else. I like that. And NIL deals will be key for your players. However, the extent to which NIL deals will impact players in both modes, particularly in case of Road to Glory, where the development team teases that you can alter your players' overall performance and skills, remain to be seen. So I'm telling you what it's going to be, man. The higher NIL, it's simple. The NIL deals in Road to Glory, while they may provide monetary value, you got to say, question number one, what is the monetary value going to be used for? Maybe to buy training, clothes and stuff that'll give you more likes on your social media posts, if there's in there. I'm just speculating. But as far as the performance thing, it's just like any other game. The higher tier your NIL deal, the higher boost that you have to your stats. And I would really like it if even it's a risk versus reward kind of deal. Like imagine getting a NIL deal that boosts your speed, but it lowers your toughness or it lowers your risk of injury. Does that make sense? Have a trade-off there. That way it ain't all just positive stuff. It really makes you consider. That would give you the real world implication of considering what deals that you're signing with these companies, because every NIL deal is not a good deal. Does that make sense? And then you may be stuck in it for a certain period of time before you can sign a different NIL deal. I like it. All right. Road to Glory is still the standard single player experience where you create a player and strive for glory, whether it's racking up individual accolades or looking to win the college football national championship. You'll pick between 1 of 5 positions. Oh, that's bad. Quarterback, wide receiver, running back, middle linebacker, or corner. You can't play safety. That's crazy. That is crazy. You can't even play tight end. You can't play defensive end, but it's the first year back. Oh my gosh. I'm not tripping because offensively, I'm gonna either play quarterback or running back. And if I was playing defense, I would play corner. So that's not a deal breaker for me. But to not be able to play safety is crazy. In addition to your star level, along with In addition to your star level, along with present individual attributes that will allow you to lean into some strengths over others. That's crazy, man. So you'll pick between 1 of 5 positions: quarterback, wide receiver, running back, middle linebacker, or corner, in addition to your star level. So you'll pick your position and your star level along with present individual attributes that will allow you to lean into some strengths over others. So that means, hey, I'm creating a quarterback. I want to lean more into being a mobile quarterback as opposed to a pocket passing quarterback. That's all that's saying. Stuff like that. If I'm a linebacker, am I a run stopper or coverage? You will choose to be, and that's exactly, wow, look at that. Will you choose to be the quarterback that can scramble and be a dual threat, or someone with a cannon for an arm? That's all up to you. I just said that. That's crazy. No safeties, no tight ends, no edge rushers is a major L. It's an L, man. That is an L for considering how long that this game has been in development. But they're going to add it in future renditions of the game. But, bruh, that is a major L. I don't see too many people creating themselves as tight ends, but I could definitely see people creating themselves as the DN and definitely safeties. No O-line. We had that in 12. Yeah. I don't see many people creating themselves as O-line, but there's O-linemen out there. Like, why not? Road to Glory also emphasizes the student in student athletes than what was previously seen in NCAA football series, as players will need to balance multiple categories that will impact their academic performance. Trust building with their coach and teammates, interesting there, and what type of NIL deals they can obtain. Nothing new there. Time management, nothing new. And how you make your decisions when you are not at class. Practice and games will factor into your character's overall perception, performance, and where they stand on the depth chart. Your position is always at risk. I love that. Depending on your choices and your players' overall performances. So I would imagine it's going to be like a go to class or go to practice. Kind of like they did in 14 where, hey, do I want to put in extra work or do I want to go party with the guys? I have no problems with that. I actually love that, to be honest with you, because whenever you was a starter in NCAA 14, you remained a starter. I like that you are at risk of not only not being the starter, but also them bringing somebody in the transfer portal to take your spot. I freaking love that. That's dope to me. I have no issues with that. Like previous iterations, Dynasty Mode flips the script compared to Road to Glory, allowing you to play as a coach. You can start out as a head coach or have humbler beginnings as either offensive or defensive coordinator. I'm cool with that. Dynasty Mode coming in clutch. Because Road to Glory, my biggest hang up with Road to Glory is that you can't start out in high school. But that's not a deal breaker for me. It just adds to the immersion of the game mode. Because let's be honest, Road to Glory only lasts you 4 seasons anyway. Does that make sense? Like, let's be honest. People, oh, man, I can't start out in high school. I love that story behind it. I love the whole recruiting process. But they want to get you into the action. And I don't have a problem with that because, like I said, you only going to be in Road to Glory for 4 seasons. Unless you leave early in the 3rd season. Now, what I would like is that, hey, I can choose to go to the NFL, which are we going to be able to import our character? We already can't import draft classes. What makes us think we're going to be able to import our character to Madden? You know what I'm saying? So, heck, after I'm done, can I take my player straight into being a coach? That would be dope to me. They've done it in previous versions of the game. When will Team Builder drop? I don't know yet. You can start out as a head coach or have humbler beginnings as either offensive or defensive coordinator. Each has its own skill trees you can choose from, whether it's one that can boost team morale or do great job at snagging recruits to commit and sign. That's nothing new. They had that in 14. I'm happy with it. I'm going to be an offensive coordinator. first off, you know what I'm saying, and build my way up. Okay. Recruiting also maintains a multi-layer aspect that goes beyond just the star caliber players. Some recruits will express interest in playing time. That's not new, dude. They did that in 14. Others will express interest in attending a school with high academic prowess. That's nothing new. Some may care more about how close to home it is. That's nothing new. That was in 14. And others will care more about winning a national championship. Guys, that is nothing new, but it shouldn't be new. Those things don't change. That's the same thing with recruits now. So nothing new there, which is good. That system wasn't broken. Why fix it? You know what I'm saying? All these things combined with what the school you choose has to offer and when you choose to schedule them to come to an official visit will impact the odds you can sway a recruit to play for you. Even when you schedule a player to take a visit, they can play at these odds. What? Okay, so basically they're saying when you schedule a recruit to come visit plays a factor. That's nothing new, because even in 14, what you didn't want to do is schedule a recruit to come later in the year, and then they have a recruiting visit to your rival school, competitor, or whoever earlier in the year, because they could commit after that, and then you're locked out and you don't get that visit. So that's nothing new. I'm not upset with that. That's straight. Oh man, no starting in high school like we used to do. No, yeah, I know that sucks. What's up, Chester? Road to Glory said you'll pick between being a 2 to 5 star and pick your school based off of that. Yeah. Your performance in your team will also determine if other schools will try to poach you. With the mode, that's nothing new. That's just stealing your recruits. With the mode supporting up to 30 seasons, that is dope. 30 seasons is plenty enough seasons. You can start as an offensive coordinator and work up to a promotion at the same school or leave and head coach at another institution. I'm interested to see how they are going to do the coach carousel. Unfortunately, EA did not dive into Ultimate Team, which I don't care. But we did learn about the brand new mode called Road to Glory. Road to the College Football Playoffs. This online Dynasty mode is ranked, where players will pick a team and battle online against other players as they race to win a national championship. As is common with ranked modes, you will start off as a recruit but can work your way up to Heisman. The higher up you go, the tougher players you will face online. But in theory, you should provide better balance, and it should provide better balance and still maintain a competitive edge for players regardless of skill levels. Through my time was brief, there was still a lot we don't know. I am nonetheless eagerly awaiting my chance to play the final build of college football when it releases in July. A little more than a month out from release and still no gameplay. The gameplay is coming. People, calm the heck down. Like, we didn't even see gameplay for Madden until later. Like, who's really tripping about gameplay? The game is going to be fine. I mean, what are you expecting? It's not going to be a perfect game. It's built on the same engine. All they really have to do is skin Madden and put in college level playbooks and people will be happy. That's true. At the end of the day, people will be happy. Like, I'm not going to read the comments. Let's go to IGN because I guarantee you college football is going to be trending. Hopefully nothing provocative pops up on my page. If it does, we getting demonetized with the quickness. This thing is taking forever to load. Let's go to Matt Brown's Twitter. Because he's been tweeting out a lot of stuff here. Shoot. Where did we start? 33 minutes ago, 46 minutes ago. We've been streaming for how long? 6? No. Okay. Matt Brown was upset because people was complaining about having to pay for his thing, but my guy is running a business, man. Like, dude, pay for it or shut up. Like, nothing wrong with what Matt Brown doing. I respect it. That's his business. That's how he pay his bills. On the contrary, I spent hundreds of dollars of my own money to attend the event. Also know some people disappointed about the lack of ESPN broadcasting. Scorebook presentation, I get that. I think many people are going to really like the new updates to the in-game presentation, though. It made the game feel bigger to me. See, guys, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Even though ESPN is not in the game, they can do the same stuff, if not better. Because ESPN is going to limit what they do from a presentation standpoint. And without that overhead, they literally can, man, they can do some mind-blowing stuff. So I'm glad that he says this. Also, I know some people are disappointed about the lack of ESPN branding, score bug presentation. I get that. I think many people are going to really like the new updates to the in-game presentation, though. It made the game feel bigger. That's dope. I'll add here that I think many people are going to have to relearn how they play the game a bit from NCAA 14. Remember what I told y'all when the IGN guy was talking about, oh, I had to be spot on with my passes, this and this. It's an adjustment that is completely normal for a new football game. There's adjustments from Madden 23 to Madden 24. There's going to be adjustments from 24 to 25. Like, that's nothing new. There are enough mechanical differences in the gameplay that will create a learning curve. I don't think that's a bad thing, but don't be shocked if you throw 3 interceptions, 3 picks in your first game. I love that. I love the learning curve. That's so cool. Let's see if he said anything else here. Okay, he didn't right there. Let's go up. New extra points, a lot of things, and it is in Madden. Okay, that's his article right there. I'll have to get on there and read it because I know I'm not going to be able to because I didn't pay for the full thing yet. Like I've been trying to tell you, it's not a Madden reskin. See, we'll only be able to read some of this. I'll have to upgrade to read the rest, and that's fine. I'll do that later. I really don't. I'm running out of time because I'm going to have to get to work here. But he says, good morning and thanks for spending a part of your day to extra points. My apologies, industry readers. Last week I visited EA Studios in Orlando on a 2-day media event. Over those last 2 days, as well as several other reporters and content creators listened to several presentations, development and feature set, Madden EA Sports College Football 25, and interview developers, other personnel directly involved with the creation of the project, and then I got a chance to play both games. He played Madden too. Before I dig into detail, let me be very clear and upfront about what I played and saw, as well as offer up some serious professional journalism disclosures. While I was invited to EA Media event, EA Sports did not pay me. Okay, that's good. I did agree to honor the media embargo on what I saw and heard at the event until today, and also agreed to not record any video or take any photography of gameplay. Part of that, I imagine, is because the builds of both games that I played were not completely finished. I'm not concerned with that. Not concerned with that. This is not meant to be a formal review. Not concerned with that particular newsletter. I'm going to be substantially. This game is absolute love letter. Oh, okay. So yeah, he's just giving an introduction. I'll have to pay for that. We not gonna do that right now. What else? What else did Matt Brown say? That's the extra point newsletter. I'm going to write a lot more about Dynasty mode and Road to Glory tomorrow. But yes, you can start your career as a coordinator and move up to other jobs at the end of the season, as well as manage, hire, or fire your staff as a head coach. Way deeper system than 14. I love that. I love that. That's good. A deeper system than 14. I'm already interested in that. Like and retweet that. That's big news. Were you banned from using the words coaching carousel in your newsletter? Maybe EA calls it something else this year. We can start out our careers as coordinator, but not mention on working our way up using the coaching carousel games. That's good, man. My takeaway from this is that you suck at video games. Man, shut up. People being trolling. He talking about him throwing interceptions at the beginning of the game. They're going to do the same thing. I know you said you were talking about Road to Glory tomorrow, but I'm Road to Glory. In Road to Glory, that's a typo. Will there be no high school games? I've heard this from some other people. Yes, that's correct. I know that's disappointing to many, but there's a lot that will be new in Road to Glory, and I think the changes will be seen as a net positive to most people. I'm going to write it all up once I'm done with radio tech stuff this evening. I'm going to pay for that, and we're going to go live and read that newsletter so long as I'm not at work at that time. But we'll still do it. Had a Tulane look. That's not related. Hop on the phones a lot. That's interesting, dude. That is interesting. So that is trending right now. EA Sports College Football Game Changer arrives. EA Sports. New info. Dynasty mode will be 30 seasons. Custom conferences. Generic FCS schools are in Dynasty. And that's like I told y'all, NFS, it'll say like NCF or NCS Northwest, NCS Southeast, stuff like that. Does that make sense? Skill trees returning. NIL does not exist in Dynasty mode. That is not true. We literally just read that NIL is in Dynasty mode too. You cannot export draft classes to Madden. That was true. I don't know. I read that it was. We just read that NIL was. On cover 3, they said most of the game was developed prior to all these NIL deals, the court cases being turned. I just watched a vid that mentioned it'll be in Road to Glory and Dynasty mode. It is. We just read that from IGN, that it's in Dynasty mode as well. So, they've been posting a lot about it. That's why I'm going to them. Confirmed music in the game. Mobamba, Tsunami. Sandstorm is in the game for my Virginia Tech Hokie fans out there. Wow. Let me get to some of these comments real quick. Zombie Nation is in the game. They already said it's going to be copyrighted songs, though, so that's cool. Oh, man, I missed a lot of comments, y'all. I'm sorry. I do wonder how we get recruited in Road to Glory. I think you just pick the team you want to go to, man. It'd be cool if they did like a skill camp or something, but, you know, you pick your star rating, so I would imagine you just pick the team you want to play for. Oh, yeah, since there was no draft export, I don't want any players leaving for the NFL early. Everyone should stay till senior year. What's up, Chester? Oh, man, no starting in high. Read that one. Already read that one. I'm not a huge Road to Glory, but I am more annoyed about the position at no high school. It is annoying, but, you know, it's not a deal breaker for me. Because, guys, let's be real. The majority of people's play is going to be in Dynasty mode, and I think that's where a bunch of the resources went. Are we going to be able to start off in high school just like 14? No, we're not. Are you going to add subscribers to your Dynasty? To my Dynasty? I may do an online Dynasty. Only reason it's difficult with me doing an online Dynasty, guys, is I'm a high school teacher and coach. Like, I have to coach football. I'll be the head girls basketball coach. I'm coaching track. So doing an online Dynasty with me, I'm not going to be able to play as frequently as a bunch of y'all. So that may not be a possibility. Not being able to start in high school is not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal at all. Like, I don't like it because I do like the process, but at the same time, it's fine, man. Road to Glory, we didn't play Road to Glory that much. We played it. It's only 4 years long, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a deal breaker for me. The high school part is only at the beginning anyway, so it is what it is. Hopefully, well, I ain't gonna say hopefully. I know they got some stuff in Road to Glory that's gonna make up for that. Avengers facts, true. They say it come out tomorrow. Any news on when we see actual gameplay? No news on that. Rebirth had a full demo 2 months before release. Expecting gameplay at this stage is reasonable. And we'll get gameplay, guys. We're going to get gameplay in June. Like, that's Rebirth is not Madden. EA Sports does their sports games differently. Like, we'll see gameplay in June. I've never seen gameplay in the month of May from NCAA. Indeed, people cry about too much, no need for ESPN. Yes, there really is no need. You got the broadcasters. That's what's cool. That's all we need. It is cool seeing it how you see it on TV, but at the same time, like I said, without the ESPN umbrella, they can do more, actually more with presentation. Because if ESPN was in the game, they would have to do presentation the way that ESPN wants it done. You know what I'm saying? Because they're representing ESPN. Without ESPN, they can do a lot of different things with presentation, and I'm stoked about that. If we can't start in high school, then how are we going to pick our college? You would just simply pick it the same way you do in Madden. Remember in Madden where you could pick to be a first-round draft pick, middle-round draft pick, before they did the drills and all that in 24 and stuff? Like, you would just pick the school. It was going to list the schools. Based off your star ratings, it's going to tell you where you're at on the depth chart, I would imagine, and if you want to go to that school or not. Hey, there's a few gameplay articles online that go in-depth if you haven't read them yet. Post them in the chat, man, so we can see them. I'm finna have to go here in a second. Me too. Going to be weird to press that button and not give to the running back on the option. Going to be weird to press the button not to give it to. Oh, see, I hadn't read that. I'll have to find that and read it because I'm gonna have to go because oh gosh, man, we got. Yeah, I'm finna have to leave at probably like 12 o'clock, man. I got a few more minutes. I hadn't read that article. I'll read it later where it goes into detail. I'm not gonna chill. EA is so much bigger than Square. They have had longer to create this game. It should be better. All indicators are that it will not be. It will cost. Nathan, man, just wait and see when the game come out, man. I'm not gonna tell you don't have a right to be upset because that's what you're interested in. That's what you care about. But I've been playing these games. I've been playing video games since Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? And hearing I mean, the only thing that's big that they don't have in the game is starting out in high school and Road to Glory. As far as gameplay, they've never put out gameplay in May. Like, they just announced the game 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna put out gameplay. Like, chill, bro. I hate to say that, but chill, man. You're upset because of, you know, I don't like. They've never put out gameplay in May. You won't even see gameplay for Madden until probably July. I mean, but you're gonna see it. I know we all want to see it, but yeah, man, you probably do need to just calm down just a little bit. Don't matter how big of a company they are, y'all people feel like y'all are entitled to every freaking thing. I'll agree with you on that, Smack. That is true. Like, we are such an entitled generation. Like, or y'all, I would say, I'm say entitled. Like, it'll come, bro. Like, really, it'll come. I agree with you on that, Smack. Yeah, man. Oh crap, I lost my spot. What indicates exactly? I don't know what he said. I was told team brawls are also in the game. I haven't heard that. I haven't read that. Imagine believing the standard should be to drop any amount of money, much less $70 on a product. First of all, bro, any AAA title that you're going to play on PlayStation and Xbox is going to cost $70. So get used to that. Games really should cost more because it costs more to make these games on a product that you can't even see beforehand. So don't pre-order it. Problem solved. Don't buy it till you see it. Pay $10, get EA access, try it for 10 hours, and make a decision off of that. Like, you tripping off. Like, I respect what you're saying, but listen to me when I tell you everything that you're saying has a solution. You don't have to buy the game right now. Okay? If you don't like it, you definitely don't have to buy it. All right? On the product that you can't even see beforehand. Pre-orders, that's nothing new. Every game developer opens up pre-orders before they ever even show gameplay of the games for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So don't trip too much off of that, man. I got a bunch of blind loot boxes for y'all at the low cost of $9.99. So don't buy it. Nobody's putting a weapon to your head to say buy it. Try the game out, see gameplay when it comes out, make your decision from there, my guy. You don't have to buy nothing right now. To me, the biggest disappointment is just what's going on with Road to Glory. Everything else is perfectly fine. And my only disappointment in Road to Glory is no high school, but it's not a deal breaker to me because I've been playing NCAA games for years. Starting out in high school wasn't always a thing. It's cool, it's dope, but you get it. Do you know if there will be CPU versus CPU in Dynasty mode? That I don't know. Oh my gosh. Hang on, guys. God bless, man. My bad, y'all. Shoot. Guy here working on the house and ringing the doorbell when he got a freaking key. And people don't listen. It bothers me very much so. Looking at the comments, y'all probably turn over the ball by fumbling. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to. What's up? I remember subbing to you when you were excited about Madden 18. Heck yeah, man. Nemo, what's up, man? Yeah. So I'm sorry for the long wait, guys. There's a lot of more information I'm gonna have to crawl through, and the in-game playing experience is incredibly smooth. The first team I pulled up was Virginia Tech because I wanted to experience the Hokies. Enter Sandman entrance. Unfortunately, Enter Sandman is not in the game. Licensing Metallica songs is really expensive. It's been replaced by a generic rock theme song that sounds somewhat familiar. So that was a disappointment. Jump Around is also not played in the game at Camp Randall Stadium for similar reasons. But the feeling quickly dissipated when I began playing the actual game. That's good news. But still bad news. So why would he sit up here and say up here, oh, Sandman. I said Sandstorm. My bad, y'all. My bad. I said Sandman thinking it's in the game, but it's Sandstorm. But I get that because that is expensive. No road, just glory. That's inaccurate, but whatever. Road to Glory will not start in high school. Yeah, be upset about it. It's not a deal breaker. We read that already. All right. So, guys, I'm finna have to get ready to go to work. God, there's so much information out here. I'm going to have to crawl through the information. We'll definitely probably do a live stream again tomorrow where we'll break down everything because there's going to be a ton of news to cover on this. So, which NCAA 14 plays well? College football, you need a refresher. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, definitely that. So, I'll have to check that out. So,